So my hometown of Boulder is a wonderful valley full of nannies. Over the summer, they outlawed ice cream sandwiches at the public water parks. And now they're going to tax my Coca-Cola, which I am drinking right now. It's Coke right in there. Alex Burness from the Daily Camera, thank you for being here.
It's great to be here, thanks.
What is on the ballot? This is an initiated ballot proposal by some folks up in Boulder to tax soda, right?
That's right.
Is it just soda, or is it any beverage that has sugar in it?
Yeah, that's a good question. So these things get called soda taxes. They're actually taxes on sugary drinks of a lot of kinds. What's on the ballot is a 2 cents per ounce excise tax on distributors of these sugary drinks, and that includes soda.
Right, so in other words,
what you're drinking there,
this 8-ounce thing, this is going to cost me 16 cents more.
Yes, assuming that the cost would reach you ultimately as the consumer. This is a tax on distributors. It's up to the distributor to decide whether they want to pass that cost burden down.
Slow down on this one, because that's a fascinating little twist. You would think that if there was going to be a tax when I go to the restaurant and pick up Coke, and I'll see on the check plus 20 cents more, plus 50 cents more for this can of Coke. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to see that necessarily, because it's actually the distributor who sends the cans to the restaurant. They're going to get taxed. They're going to pass it on to the restaurateur. The restaurateur may do it the way I just described, or he might just jack up all the drink prices a little bit.
Yeah, and so because these soda taxes are so untested, they failed more than 40 places. The only place that voters have approved a tax like this is Berkeley. The Philly City Council approved one on its own. But as far as voters are concerned, this thing is basically 1 in 40. So
let me tell you, if there's any place where people are up in other people's lifestyle and know how other people should live, it is my hometown of Boulder. I've been there for 40 years, and I'll tell you, I think this is going to pass, because they love telling people how to live.
Well, I'm not sure if it's going to pass, but 20 of the last 21 taxes on the ballot in the city of Boulder have passed, including the last 13. So make of that what you will. But as to your question of can't they jack up the prices on everything, the answer is technically yes. And the campaign against this tax has centered largely on the idea that since sugary drinks are going to become more expensive, well, maybe restaurants and convenience stores and grocery stores are just going to distribute that a little bit more thinly, so that it's not as jarring for the consumer to see, oh, my Coke is all of a sudden $1 more expensive. That they'll spread that more thinly. Retailers in Berkeley who have had to deal with this tax have said pretty much unanimously, no, we don't do that. I've spoken to grocers in Boulder who say, no, that's bad business. We wouldn't jack up the prices on other things. But it's really hard to say, because this is only happening in one community.
Yeah, I could imagine one store jacks up the price of the Coke, and so that could be, 50 cents for a can of Coke more. And so they jack it up. Their next door neighbor, the competitor, distributes it evenly over all sorts of foods or beverages. Go, well, that's 50 cents cheaper there. I'm going to buy it there. When in fact, you're just paying for it in different ways. Who's behind this? I mean, really, who's behind? Not whose name are on the initiative. Who's behind this?
Yeah, so it's funny you should ask me that today of all days, because about an hour ago I was getting off the phone with Healthier Colorado, the nonprofit, which, as I understand it, is about to get a $200,000 donation from Michael Bloomberg.
Wait, hang on a second. I want to practice my shocked facing. Michael Bloomberg, you say? I never would have guessed.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is his jam. He's contributed many millions more in the Bay Area. There are 3 taxes.
This is a guy who is, as mayor of New York City, put in the massive soda tax there. He's a guy who a few years ago gave $1 million to a campaign to give a tiered income tax system here in Colorado. Gave $1 million to the last gubernatorial race here for Hickenlooper, and he, if there is a nanny among nannies nationwide, Bloomberg would be the picture. we all knew that's where the money was coming from. Now it's confirmed?
Well, so I want to be clear. A donation of $200,000 is being made to Healthier Colorado from him. Healthier Colorado has given to this point, and by the way, to backtrack a bit, Healthier Colorado is a small nonprofit that's an offshoot, about 2 years old, of the way larger billion-dollar outfit, the Colorado Health Foundation. So Healthier Colorado is funding the tax campaign to probably at about the 80% level. The American Heart Association has contributed close to $100,000.
Let's go to that 80% level from the Colorado Health Foundation. Now, the Colorado Health Foundation.
Health Foundation to Healthier Colorado.
Right, so Health Foundation, Healthier Colorado.
Health Foundation starts the Healthier Colorado a couple years ago with a $15 million endowment.
Nice.
They have stayed out.
But let's talk about the Colorado Health Foundation, where all this started, where the first domino fell. This is an organization that was basically made from tobacco settlement money. This is basically a pseudo-governmental agency that money came in during, I believe it was a huge settlement. So basically, are the same people who are anti-tobacco now doing the anti-sugar campaign? Because that's what it sure looks like to me.
Sure. So again, to be clear, at least technically speaking, this is money coming from Healthier Colorado, which is, as I said, it's an offshoot of the Health Foundation. Healthier Colorado, this campaign or this election is focusing in this state on two big issues. One is the soda tax in Boulder. The other is the tobacco tax statewide. So the short answer is yes. It's for them. It's both.
So it's big anti-tobacco has now turned into big anti-sugar.
In a sense, I suppose. There certainly are people who believe that the sugar industry is having its quote-unquote tobacco moment.
The sugar. So is there big sugar? I'm sorry. I would imagine the soda companies are the ones fighting this.
Yes.
So what are the numbers?
In terms of what they're doing to fight it? So wherever a soda tax pops up, the American Beverage Association, which is the trade association of Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, Red Bull, and many others, but those are the big players. Wherever these taxes crop up, the American Beverage Association sets up a local coalition, and they are really well funded, and they go to war, and almost every time they win. In this case, they have set up shop in Boulder. They have raised a little over, I think, about $500,000 to date. And the group that's pushing this tax is called Healthy Boulder Kids. It's a coalition that includes some local people, but it certainly has a lot of firepower at this point from the state level and even out of state. Healthier Colorado has spent or has brought in, rather, more than $800,000 to this point. And that's before this Michael Bloomberg commitment I told you about. So this is Boulder's most expensive campaign ever.
Most expensive campaign, almost hitting $1 million.
More than $1 million total.
Incredible. Gotta run. Thank you so much. Thank you. Tell a friend, and we'll see you next week.